Welcome to Explore World YouTube Channel 1. Painted turtle can survive up to 5 months without breathing, underwater in cold. Hibernates underwater during winter. Extremely low metabolism in cold conditions. Can absorb small amounts of oxygen through skin and cloaca. Uses anaerobic respiration when oxygen is absent. Builds up lactic acid and buffers it with calcium from the shell. Heart rate drops drastically. Brain survives with minimal oxygen. No movement conserves energy. Blood pH remains stable during anoxia, one of the most anoxia-tolerant vertebrates known. 2. Crucian carp. Can survive months without oxygen in ice-covered ponds. Lives in frozen lakes with no oxygen during winter. Switches to anaerobic metabolism. Converts lactic acid into ethanol, unlike most animals. Ethanol is expelled through gills into water. Maintains brain and heart function anaerobically. Reduces metabolic rate significantly. Stores large amounts of glycogen. Tolerates extreme lactic acid buildup. Cold temperatures help survival. Unique biochemical adaptation among fish. 3. Leatherback sea turtle. Can stay underwater for over 7 hours. Gigantic oxygen storage in lungs and tissues. Low resting metabolic rate. Heart rate drops during dives. Efficient blood oxygen use. Breath hold diving adapted for long foraging trips. Flexible shell to handle pressure changes. Large size helps retain body heat, gigantothermy. Deep diving reduces energy needs. Lactic acid tolerance helps during oxygen debt. Surfaces only briefly to breathe before long dives. 4. Lungfish. Can survive for years in dried mud without breathing water. Lives in seasonal water bodies. Can estivate for up to 4 years. Breathes through lungs when water evaporates. Creates a mucus cocoon to retain moisture. Reduces metabolism to a minimum. Protein breakdown provides energy. Urea replaces ammonia excretion to conserve water. Periodic movement prevents suffocation. Blood flow is redirected to vital organs. Ancestral air-breathing capability. 5. Cuvier's beaked whale, longest known mammalian dive. 3 hours 42 minutes deep diving champion of mammals. High levels of myoglobin in muscles store oxygen. Collapses lungs to avoid nitrogen absorption. Redirects blood to brain and heart. Slows heart rate drastically, bradycardia. Tolerates lactic acid buildup during anaerobic periods. Uses oxygen very efficiently. Rests between dives to recover. Forages at depths over 3,000 meters. Still surfaces to breathe, but rarely. 6. Wood frog. Can survive frozen with no breathing for weeks. Lives in Arctic, subarctic regions. Freezes solid in winter. Heart and breathing stop. Cells remain intact due to glucose antifreeze. Ice forms only in extracellular fluids. Tolerates complete anoxia. Thaws and resumes normal function in spring. Protects organs with sugar-based cryoprotectants. No oxygen or heartbeat needed while frozen. Brain activity ceases but recovers. One of the few vertebrates to survive full-body freezing. 7. Goldfish and relatives can survive for days to weeks in low oxygen, similar to crucian carp. Converts lactic acid into ethanol. Survives in stagnant ice-covered ponds. Uses specialized enzymes to switch to anaerobic. Stores glycogen in liver and muscles. Brain continues functioning without oxygen. Evolutionary adaptation to harsh winters. Ethanol diffuses through gills into water. Avoids toxic buildup of lactate. Can live in environments lethal to most fish. 8. Sea snakes. Can stay underwater for 2 to 3 hours. Breathes air but stays submerged long. Can absorb up to 30% of oxygen through skin. Uses lung as an air reservoir. Long, narrow lungs extend nearly entire body. Heart rate slows underwater. Surfaces briefly to breathe. Moves slowly to conserve energy. Efficient gas exchange system. Adapted to marine hunting. Can dive